Hello everyone, it's Dan here from Thomas Roder Support. We're just going to take a deeper look into Foundry from a developer's perspective. This is kind of a new kind of video for us, but we just want to show you how to work with child themes and how you might go about overriding certain styles and elements, but we'll go into detail now. Okay, so to begin with, if we head into our dashboard, just close this. At the moment we're just running the parent theme, which for most users is perfectly fine. However, some people out there may wish to actually customize the theme a little bit more, or generally if you're planning on making any changes via CSS or anything a little bit above and beyond what you'd normally expect, then it's always a good practice to use a child theme instead. It gives you a safe buffer to try different things and replace certain elements without actually affecting the parent theme, which of course means you can update in the future completely safely. Okay, to begin with, sorry, just clearing my throat. To begin with, we're just going to head to themes, and as you can see, we're just running the Foundry theme just in its standard form. We're going to add new, and we're going to upload the one we provide, the child theme we provide for you. So if we check out the download package from Theme Forest, you'll see we've got the parent theme, which is what we've installed now, the documentation, demo data, etc. In this folder here, developers, you'll see a child theme. Now, just as a bit of a warning to any kind of noobs who may be looking at this, people who are not necessarily familiar with WordPress or how it works, if you were to install this child theme without the parent theme installed previously, it's not going to work, basically. That may sound obvious to some, but it's just worth pointing out if they are just browsing around what you've downloaded from Theme Forest and see this, it isn't the main theme. You do need to get that installed first. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and install the one we've provided for you, and we can activate that straight away. And if we refresh the front end of the site, we can see as planned, I hope. There we are. There's no difference whatsoever. That's a good thing, basically. What's happening from a source code perspective, the theme itself is now using a child CSS file. So this means that any changes that you want to make, you don't necessarily have to use the theme options that we provide. You can use the style sheet provided in the child theme. Or if you want to go further and start adding or changing your own functions, then this is perfect for that particular task. So to begin with, let's say we just want to make a quick edit. We can see here under Appearance and Editor, we've got the details of the theme here. It's importing our main styles from the parent theme. It's important that you do not touch that, because without that, basically it's going to look very, very strange. But again, I suppose if you're at this point in the video, you're probably a developer and kind of know that already. So we've got the theme here. We'll just take a quick look at the front, and let's say we'll just make a quick daft change just to show you what it can do. Okay, so here let's simply change the navigation text. Obviously there's just a navigation prompt here telling us to set it up. We're going to get the selector, just using Chrome's developer tools, which in this case we've got up here. Now this is kind of a utility CSS class, so it covers all things of a similar instance. So if it's got a dark background in certain areas, it's just something we use to tie them all together, so when you change this, say via the theme options, it reflects all over. But for now we're just going to use CSS. We'll quickly grab the menu selector there, we'll pop that in, and we'll give it a nice obvious style. So if we refresh, there you go, you can see just a change has been made there, very, very straightforward. But perhaps maybe you want to go a little bit deeper. So for instance, if we look at something like this area here. And that particular area loads a certain file, a certain template file. So if we want to start making changes, we'll just use this as an example actually. If we just want to start making any changes, we need to grab the original loop folder which is outputting this, and we need to copy that into the child theme so that it can be overridden. I'll show you how that works right now. So before we do that, we need to take a quick look and just try and reference, see what files are being loaded here, so we know which ones to change. We're going to take this from a completely new perspective, so we're going to assume that you're not totally familiar how to do this already, just so that you've got an idea of exactly the right process to follow. So if we open up the file manager, and I'm just going to navigate to my particular install that I've got locally of the theme. As we can see, I use instant WordPress. It's quite portable and quite a good way of doing things. Oops. Okay, so here we are in the parent theme. We can see we've got all the basic page templates here. So if we want to begin, let's say we want to change the default layout for a single post. We'll take that as an example. So let's take a look at one of the posts. Okay, a simple image post for starters, that will do. And if we just view this, okay, we've got the title, it's all quite neat, but let's say we want to fiddle around with this or remove comments or something. Let's just have a quick look and just see how we might go about doing that with a child theme. Okay, so firstly, the single.php file which handles blog posts, we'll take a quick look in there. So we can see what we've got going on here. The blog title is displayed. The main class which holds the main section which holds the content is all here, but there's no individual components for the comments and whatnot. So if we go one step further, we can see that the single.php is actually loading another file, inc, content, post and layout. What this is basically referring to is you can change via the theme options different layouts. So this particular one now is using a variable to find out exactly what layout you've chosen. We've just got it on the default sidebar right. So we now know that the file that we want to change, if we want to get in there and start making changes, is inc, content, post, and it's going to be sidebar right. So let me just show you. There we go, post, sidebar right. So if we load this up, we can see here we've got all the bits and bobs which go into the post itself. So rather than making any changes to the parent theme itself, which we would lose during an update, we're going to use the child theme method to swap this, to actually put this file into the child theme and make changes from there. Basically what this means is you need to follow the structure of the parent theme exactly. So in this case, where we've got an inc folder, if I just navigate to the child theme, we would also want to have an inc folder, and then it's just a case of copying the file from the parent down to the child theme. So we'll grab single post, sidebar right, and we're going to pop this into here. So all being well, now we've added that to our child theme. If we go ahead and make a really obvious change, I'm just going to put some X's as a class here, something we can show you. If I refresh the front of the site, and there we go, we can see there, hopefully you can see there, the XXXX class has been added, so we can now confirm that the file that's being used here is our own creation or our own version of the content layout needed for the blog post. So let's go ahead and start making a few tweaks. Let's say we want to remove the comments. Well, we'll get rid of that class. We know we're in there. It would simply just be a case of pulling out this entire section, or the tags, or pretty much anything you want. For the sake of this video, I'll just quickly save that and refresh. And you can see there, it's gone. Totally customized, and more importantly, completely safe. What we've covered here is basically how you would go about overriding the layouts and files via a child theme. I hope it's been useful. I hope it's been concise enough and easy to follow. If you're a developer, then I hope this gives you some inspiration of just how powerful and just what you can do with Foundry. If you need any help, obviously, with the process, come and see me over at support. I'll be happy to assist. Other than that, thanks very much for watching.